ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930 present The Drive. Brought to you by Huntington Federal Savings Bank. Local then, local now. Member FDIC.
It is Monday, October 28th. Your drive begins now on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. You can join the program by calling the Miller Lite phone lines at 877-420-TALK. That is 877-420-8255. We are broadcasting today live from the Union Pub and Grill, 1125 4th Avenue in Huntington. Of course, joining me today, as he always does on Mondays, the former Young Thundering Herd quarterback, Dave Walsh. You were looking around like I was motioning somebody else.
No, I'm just looking at the Halloween party setup. That's coming up.
Of course it's coming up.
Yes.
Of course it's coming up.
There's a lot of good things still left over from what happened Saturday from the Iceman, the kicker.
I don't know what you're talking about, Dave.
I don't either. I didn't see anything.
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, did something happen Saturday?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Did it?
I tell you what happened. Marshall beat Western Kentucky in homecoming. That's what happened.
Exactly. Tried to ice him. Didn't work. Kicked it. And all kinds of rewards. He gets stickers here, stickers there, some honors. Even ESPN recognized him.
Okay, let's back up a little bit. Let's actually talk about who we're talking about. Justin Rohrwasser is who you're talking about, who got iced, who got helmet stickers and all that.
Yep.
You're excited. You're ready to go, Dave. You're ready to talk about this.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to disappoint you. We're going to talk about that. Plus, we got all the other news of the day and a lot happening on Saturday. We're going to get into that. But you know what? It was a good day for the Herd today. It wasn't a full sweep. Was not. But 2 out of 3 ain't bad, as the song says.
That's pretty good.
You got two players winning Player of the Week.
And I was pretty sure one would get it, and then the other one was I'll take it as well. I mean, defensive side, he'll got it. I'll take it.
Yeah, you know what? I was not surprised at all. Your Defensive Player of the Week honor goes to Marshall senior cornerback Carrion Morrell, who had 10 tackles. He had an interception, had a forced fumble in the Thundering Herd's victory over Western Kentucky. And we caught up with him today during player interviews and asked him about it.
I think it's kind of a game-by-game thing. Teams try to take away certain things from us certain times. So, sometimes we have to rely on the pass to open up the run and then vice versa. So I feel like it's just a week-in, week-out thing of what teams are trying to do to us. I think we do a pretty good job of keeping it balanced. I think we're averaging right around 215 yards of rushing and passing every game. So I feel like that's a pretty good balance.
That is not. That was not cut 4.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's not.
But it's still him, though, right?
No.
Wasn't him either?
It was not him either.
Uh-oh.
Not him either. All right, you know what? Let's find out if we've got everything, and we're going to find out the tone of the show quickly today here. So we talked to also your special teams player of the week, Justin Rohrwasser. He booted the field goal 3 times to get it to go, 53 yards. And he hits the game winner as time expires, and we're going to find out if cut 4 works today. Let's find out if Justin was. Let's just find out. Let's go ahead. Play the cut.
Oh, it's an honor. I mean, I'm just one of the 11 people it goes out to. It's everybody on the field goal unit. We had 4 of them, and if the snap's not perfect like it was every time, if the hold's not perfect, and if the blocking's not perfect, none of that happens. I have the easiest job in the world when they all do their job, and they all did.
There we go. We have one. We have one technical. Okay, we're good. We're back on track.
We're rocking now, baby.
We're 1 of 2.
One hiccup, we're on our way.
We'll take that.
Yes.
So there you go, your player of the week here and the special team side of things. And you know what? Everyone was talking about this thing.
It was all over. Every kind of meal you have, there was a replay of the kick. I mean, I was on the phone. It was this. Almost every other message was there was this kick, and we saw it. Saw him do it 3 times, but it was quite an honor.
You know
and
what?
I tell you what, it'd been better from 53 yards. He had enough distance for more.
Everybody saw it but the players. I'm serious. Everyone else but the players saw it. Marquise Couch didn't even want to watch.
I said I don't even want to look. You heard me? I didn't even want to look. But we knew he was going to, come up big because, he do it every day in practice. He's serious about what he do a lot. So Like if he mess up on something little, I see him get mad like he plays offense or defense. So I know he take his job serious. So we had a lot of confidence in him. He came through and he became big for us.
He had confidence, but he
I
didn't
imagine
want to
there were
watch.
some people over there with their heads going like, and another one's got their arms crossed like you see on the sidelines and stuff. Each to his own, but when it was all said and done and went through the goalpost, they may not have looked, but they knew how to celebrate.
You mean like Omari Cobb, who was praying on the sidelines?
Oh man, we were just anxious. I mean, a couple of us was praying on the sideline, you know, on our knees and just looking. It was an amazing moment that he did, and he executed his job.
He's praying on the sidelines.
Yeah,
It
whatever
worked.
it takes. And like I said, once it was ruled good on the third try, quite the celebration. That was unbelievable.
Couch doesn't want to watch. Cobb's praying on the sideline. And guess what? Carry-on Morrell, your defensive player of the week, he actually couldn't watch.
I don't know. I really told I listened to the crowd. Like, I was like, man, just make it. And then when I heard the crowd like screaming, I was like, yeah, he made it. And I just ran on the field and I found Justin.
Imagine that. It's just like he's got it back to the play like, I can't. Oh, yeah, it's good. Let's go.
Yeah. Keep the head down. The crowd will let you know what happened. Cheers, yes. Moans, no.
Now, usually you can look at a game and go, hey, the defense won that game. Hey, the offense won that game. Not this game. It was, as Alex Millette described, a complete team effort.
That was probably as much of a team win as you can get. We jumped up 17-0 really fast. And after that, like I believe it, Justin scored more points than our offense did. If you put special teams and then offense and defense together, our defense played their butts off. They went out there, and when we needed them, they made plays for us. And we did what we needed to do when it was crunch time. So I just think that was the ultimate team win, and that we went out there and did what we needed to do.
So complete team win. Everybody did everything they needed to do. But we keep forgetting about one guy. Isaiah Green.
Yes.
You know what this guy did?
They're on the 13-yard line when it starts.
This guy gets the drive going, orchestrates it down to where they need to go, has the top-of-mind awareness to get it out of bounds.
Yeah.
So when I looked at him earlier today when we were talking to him, I'm like, hey, I said, everybody's talking about this guy because Rohrwasser was still upstairs. I'm like, everybody's talking about this guy. You're the guy who set it all up.
No, we got the ball back. I just knew we had to find a way to go down and get some points, whether they be a touchdown or a field goal. I just knew we had to find a way to go win this game without having to play extra time. That's all I was worried about, not turning the ball over and finding a way to get down the field to give Justin a chance or to punch it in.
Hey, it's homecoming. They had places to be.
Yes. And like you said, do not turn it over. Since Middle Tennessee, he's bought some time, and when it's not there, he might be sacked or he'll throw it up in the third row of the bleachers, but either his guy's going to get it or nobody gets it, and that's all you ask.
When talking to Green, we asked him about the fact that, look, that was a heads-up play. Talk about that play that just decided, you were going to go out of bounds, set this up. Not
a lot of time left on the clock. I didn't want to complete the ball in the middle of the field and not get a first down and the clock continue to run. So, I got out the pocket and I saw I could have hit Brock. He was open a little bit, but I just knew it was a better situation if I just get a couple extra yards and get out of bounds and stop the clock and give Justin a chance.
Exactly. If you pass, they stop it for first down. It's marked. It's in play. Who knows? He gets out of bounds. It doesn't start until the snap, and we know what the snap ended up being.
Being pretty good, if you ask me. Now, everybody else was, again, on the sidelines. Some were praying, some were not watching. Isaiah Green, he did have faith in Justin Rohrwasser, but he also said it was a little nerve-wracking. And guess what? It was so nerve-wracking we don't have that cut.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
Okay.
It was good, too.
But
I'm just going to paraphrase. It was nerve-wracking. Had faith in Justin. It was nerve-wracking.
Oh, yeah. But he did his job. He got as many yards as he could, got out of bounds, clock stops. And now Doc's probably going to think, okay, we cross the midfield. Turn him loose. We can get 3 or take a shot. I mean, he has not missed this year. I don't want to jinx him. He has not missed a field goal this season.
Don't jinx him, Dave.
I'm not.
Don't jinx him.
He's going to Rice. I hope he keeps the streak alive, but if he's not needed to, just kick some extra points.
Don't jinx him. All right, we talked to the kicker himself. We're going to hear from him when we come back from break. We're here today at the Union Pub and Grill. It is our Monday journey here to the Union Pub and Grill. We do it every Monday. You know what? Usually we talk about the Monday special, $1.50 bottles, $2 call shots. No, forget that.
No.
No. I walked away last week a little broker and a lot happier.
Yes.
Because, you
The
know.
double C.
They've got cheese fries. You know that, right?
Right.
No. The cheese fries are excellent, but they weren't even trying compared to the cheese curds.
Yeah, because it's just like cheese. And then once you got that, somebody had some ones up there at the counter. You said, I got to get some.
I walked over there. I'm like, what are you guys eating? I'm smelling it all over here. What are you guys eating? Oh, here, try some.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, I'm running around to the kitchen here.
Make me some.
Yeah, get me an order of that. And then they bring it out to me, and I'm like, hey, dude.
I need some boxes.
You're going to give me some boxes here because I can't eat all this.
No.
That's so if you got like a whole bunch of friends, come down here before they run out. Make Herb order some more. Get the cheese curds. Or,
They were good.
Yeah, I mean the cheese fries rock too, but get the cheese curds.
They were awesome. They were awesome.
We got more on the way. You know, too bad they're not bringing me out some cheese curds.
I know.
I mean, come on, I've talked about them enough. I mean, for a week.
I know.
I've told everybody. I know. Hey, go try
Go
the
get
cheese
some.
curds.
Go get some.
I should get some complimentary cheese curds out of this deal today. We got more on the way. It's The Drive, ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Now, back to The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
We're presented by Huntington Federal Savings Bank here on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930. It is The Drive. Paul Swann, Dave Walsh with you. Earlier this afternoon, had a chance to catch up with the hero of homecoming.
Is he mayor yet? Tough to take down Mayor Williams, but he could be elected a lot of things.
I think he could take him.
Yeah, I do too. Easily.
His hair is nicer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough to do. He out-hairs the mayor.
He's probably, who knows what he could donate to build a baseball field now. Oh, we can't go there. But he deserves it.
I don't know where you're going, Dave.
No, he deserves it.
I'm going to take you out of this.
Okay.
I'm going to sit you down in the corner here and have a little conversation with
Time
you
out.
here in a minute. Yeah, I'm putting you in time out because we did get a chance to catch up with Justin Rohrwasser, homecoming king. Yeah, I know. I Dan Toney of all people won homecoming. That rain got erased. 53-yard field goal for 3 times.
Yes.
That erases any popular vote.
Yes.
I mean, if there was a recount, he would have lost. Rohrwasser would have been named.
Yes.
He didn't even sign up for it. So he's your homecoming king as far as I'm concerned. And we had a chance to catch up with him earlier today. Here is what he had to say. This stuff was so good. Usually I would just sit down and give you some highlights of it.
Let it go.
No. Except for the last couple of minutes. Here it is in its entirety. Here's Justin Rohrwasser talking about the fact that, you kind of dream sometimes to be in a situation like that.
Yeah,
and,
he was there.
Kick one for the win. Walk-off.
True walk-off.
Yeah, so here's Rohrwasser talking about it today with the media.
It's what you practice for. I mean, yeah, like I said it before. It's what you dream about. So I replay that in my head before every game. That it's going to come down to you, and you hope it doesn't. You hope you have an amazing player like Brendan Knox taking away the week before, which is awesome, and even though he's the most humble guy in the world, but I just feel lucky. I'm happy it happened the way it did, and if we did it a 4th time, I think we'd do it again because I trust the guys ahead of me.
Yeah, his loss is Isaiah making a heads-up play to get it out of bounds and set you up for that.
Oh yeah, and he's tight lining the sideline to get those extra yards, which are critical when you're in a long field goal situation, and he made a heck of a play there, so I appreciate him.
For you, how many times have you gone through that scenario in your head over the years? Just that game winner scenario. It's a homecoming. It's almost like a dream becoming reality, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, even sometimes the dreams aren't as good as that one was. I mean, you kind of hope that, you always hope for, someday I'll have the game winner. I'll be ready for it when it comes. And after doing it for so many years, and working on it day in day out with your snapper and holder and your line, you dream about it every single game. Before the night before the game, you're like, you know, this could come down to this. This could come down to a long field goal or a short field goal, or you just got to do your job. And the coach just had faith, and I was just put in the position with a great group of guys. I'm lucky. That's really what it comes down to.
Well, take me through this, because Western Kentucky had a couple options. They could just let you kick the first. Mm-hmm. They could ice you once, and then almost bluff like they're going to ice a second time. But you all
I thought he might do that.
How do you mentally prepare for that unknown aspect of it?
The beauty of it is if you get the snap off, which we did in time, then you can get a practice kick, which is great. If you do it well, you get more confidence. If you do it wrong, it gives you even more confidence because you know it's fixed. It's like fixing your golf swing. So, if they want to, I expect them to ice me, or ice any kicker. I know Doc's done it and it's worked for him this season. It's a lot of. It's like that's what separates a lot of kickers is, some of the best of all time. We talk about Adam Vinatieri, this past weekend. It's all mental. There's so many. Every kicker in Division I can go hit a big ball. They can all hit the 58 in pregame. It's not a big deal until you get into crunch time, and you can really tame your emotions. And through constant repetition and great coaching from my dad started all of it. Adam Tanowski from the Hammer Kicking Academy he's taught me everything I know after my dad, and through just constant pressure situations and practice. It's just you'll learn to tame your emotions, and for me it's about staying loose and joking around, laughing, screaming when the team's doing well. If I try and stay serious the whole time, I'll get all the, my heart will start pounding super fast, and it's not good for me. So I just keep it loose, joke around, just be myself.
Is that more where they ice you the first time, and I'm trying to watch replays. I'm in Lexington and the string's bad and everything like that, but it seemed like there was emotion over to Western Kentucky. Is that more of a joking, like, all right, guys, like, really? What
I actually didn't remember that until after it all. I looked back and I was like, yeah, maybe don't do that. But you're just so excited in the moment, And I was real confident at that time, especially after making it. And I'm just. Having Beardall and Jackson are my good friends too. So when they look back at you, it's just it gets you amped up. This team, like I said, we're so tight. There's not a bad person in the locker room anymore. We have we love each other, and you get excited with your friends. When the good things are happening. And I probably should tame my emotions a little bit more, but it is what it is.
Playing in the Northeast. Mm-hmm. How did that help prepare you? Because the conditions were sort of indicative of what you've been used to growing up, weren't they?
Oh, yeah, it's a good upstate New York fall day. 50, 60 degrees and rainy, and there's no snow, thankfully. But, it's what you played in high school football. It's what you had. It was, I'm lucky to have turf here. That's the great part. Not playing on grass. Having no footing. But this is what I practiced in growing up, and when my dad would take me to he would come out with me and hold for me on these horrible fields when it was rain. It didn't matter what it was. Even when I didn't want to, he would say, get your butt up, get off the couch. We're gonna go do something. All right, we're gonna go practice, and we did it every day, and we practiced in all different kinds of conditions, and you just. It doesn't matter. You just got to do your job no matter what. There's no excuse when you miss. There really isn't. You just got to do it.
You watch games every weekend and you see line to make for a field goal superimposed there on your television. At what point do you feel the most comfortable, and where is it? You're like, maybe that's a little too far for me.
So the specific yard line?
Yeah. Right.
It really depends on the day, because if I don't know if you're a golfer, but when you go golfing, some days you're just like, I'm on. I could my drives are going well, my approach shots are good, but some days you go out there and you're like, I don't know how to golf. Like, and some days when you go out for practice, you have a rough day, and you're like, wow, I've been doing this for 6 years, and I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. But then you come back the next day, and it's fine. It's just, it's every kicker can relate to that. But for game day, it seems to always come. It always seems to come together, at least in my experience, because you rely on your fundamentals when when it comes to big games. But I mean, as far as the yard line, it depends on the day. It depends on the weather. I mean, your biggest opponent as a kicker is the weather and yourself. So it depends on the wind. But I'm comfortable. I don't want to give a yard line because it really depends on the day. I tell Doc before the game, I'm comfortable here, I'm comfortable there, and if he thinks and if depends on the situation. If it's go to end of the half, and we got a 55, I'm sure he'd say go for it. But if it's the beginning of the first quarter and you got a 55, maybe it's not the best idea. I'm confident wherever he puts me, I'll take any opportunity he gives me.
You're the last one to walk in the locker room after that win.
Yeah.
You've done interviews or whatever. What's that feeling like when you walk in and everybody just goes crazy?
Oh God, that's the best part of seeing as how happy everyone else was, because it could have been so different. If you've ever been in a locker room after a loss, it is the worst. It is the worst feeling in the world, and a win cures all. It seems like, at least. But it just seeing everybody happy. It just it's awesome. That's all I can say. I can't say too much about it. I don't know the words to describe it. It's one of the best feelings you could possibly have.
As hyped up as Saturday was, and even yesterday, subsequent days, got a road game to prepare for this week. How do you get everybody back? And specialists are no different than offensive, defensive players. You've got to turn the page and prepare for this week.
Oh yeah, I mean, as soon as I'm done with interviews here, it's over. I mean, I would have rather ended it at 6 a.m. this morning after our meeting, but I'm done with it. I moved on. It was one of the best moments of my life. I'll never forget it. This is one of those things that you never forget. But it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's over. It's past, and we're on to a really good team in Rice. And I got to do the same job I got to do, and the team's got to prepare for a different team, a new opponent, in a different state. So we're going to go down and have fun.
All right, that's the kicker. That's going to be probably the first and last time he is going to be on this show for 9 minutes.
It was worth it.
That's what I was thinking today.
Yeah, hey.
I was sitting there going, you know what?
See the human side without the hat on. Hey, he was very down to earth, took all in stride, but he's still pretty happy. Pretty happy.
That could have went 11 minutes, but
that's okay.
Yeah, I thought 9 would be enough of that. So you
got the drift.
You got everything you needed out of that one. When we come back from break, we are going to hear from Woody Woodrum. He was on assignment on Saturday for me.
Okay.
He caught up with Jack Cook before the groundbreaking. So we're going to hear from that, and then we're going to hear from Jack Cook during the groundbreaking. What are you doing that?
Yes.
You were in a good mood today.
Yes, I'm in a good mood. I was over there for that, and Coach Cook is one of the happiest men in the building.
I can see you're in a good mood today. Dave Walsh is in a good mood here today at the Union Pub and Grill. We got more on the way. It's The Drive, ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Club Paul Swann has the wheel on The Drive, ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
We're broadcasting live at the Union Pub and Grill, 1125 4th Avenue in Huntington. Every Monday, you can join us here at the Union Pub and Grill for the Monday special. $1.50 bottles, $2 call shots. We do it every Monday here at the Union Pub and Grill. Dave, Saturday we had a busy day. Not only do we have the football game, we had the official groundbreaking. Had to take it indoors, so they had a bucket of dirt. But they still
ceremonial thing. But
they still broke ground.
It.
Maybe they took the ground from the dig site.
I don't know, but they did something according to the pictures.
It looked nice, though.
Yeah,
it was
Coach Cook is happy about it.
Yeah, he's very happy, and Woody Woodrum got a chance to catch up with him. So Woody was on assignment on Saturday. and we finally found somebody old enough for Cook to talk to, and that's Woody. And so Woody, before the ceremony began, sat down, talked to Jack for a few minutes, and this is Woody's interview with Jack Cook.
Talking with Jack Cook, legendary baseball coach of Thundering. Heard 422 wins, and Coach, you don't look a day over 50.
Well, I'm a day over 93. a few days over. I'm trying to hit it, go to 94s.
Well, today we gather here in the indoor facility for the groundbreaking on. And you know, I will say to you this: baseball has used this facility almost as much as football does, especially in the winter. I remember you had to practice in Gullickson Hall, right?
Gullickson Hall, and you know, it's nothing but a hardwood floor, and that's it. And you had to run, drills and things in there and finally we got up in the field house and they got us a batting net for a while. I was able to, take some hitting, but I just wish that when I was coaching we had these kind of facilities.
Well, you played a lot of games up at Bill Meyer Field there at the field house back in the day, didn't you? I love the rule was if you hit it above the yellow line on the house, it was double, and you hit it on the roof, it was a homer.
Well, at the field house, the doors there were about 250, 60 feet. We were playing Moorhead one time, and Greg Rousey was pitching, and they had this guy named Gunnerman. He's a catcher.
Right.
And they had a wire out there in front of the doors, and anything over that wire was a double. Well, this guy hits one on top of the field, and he got a ground rule double out of it.
Well, that was an unbelievable place. Now, I know you moved around some. As I've done baseball all over the tri-state with the Herd, but talk about this field coming along, and it's you were promised a field, if I remember, as a freshman coming in here. What, in the late 40s?
Well, no, it's really 1967 when I first came to Marshall. Whitey Wilson was the athletic director, and he told me if I'd come to Marshall with it to get us a field. And he meant it. I mean, there wasn't anything that he was telling me wrong, but it just never happened. Nobody could, push it over the top. And we played every play. I remember we used to go down to St. Cloud, and after the water had come up in the spring, we'd have to go down and throw fish off the field.
I remember that. I remember that happening later on, too, when they went down there. Yeah. And then you built University Heights, and I know Lee Piepenbrink was a big help on that and got that field going for a while, and then Walmart takes it away by dumping dirt there. So now they're going to have their own field. What does that mean to you personally, Coach?
Well, personally, I'm real happy for the program because Coach Wagner's doing a good job, and it's not fair for him to have to go to Charleston and Beckley to play a home conference game. That's just not right. And this will sort of even things up for him.
Yeah, it'll change everything because he's in a good conference. Conference USA is big conference.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to play in this conference. You shouldn't have any disadvantages. I mean, it all should be upbeat and everything.
Well, I know last year they swept Rice down on Route 2, and I can remember when beating Rice one game would have been a big deal. So they even playing up there last year, they were a better team at home. So when we get this stadium open here in 2021, I can't wait to see what kind of team we can put together.
He'll put together a good team, and I know people's going to come out and watch him play.
Coach, I appreciate it.
I would also like to see him get a minor league field here.
Yeah, I think they're looking into minor league or at least college wooden bat.
Yeah.
And I know that'd be great for the community too.
Oh yeah, it'd be great. I'm really looking forward to it.
We had a Babe Ruth tournament in town. We played a Route 2 in Huntington High, but just think of the tournaments you can bring in.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, Coach, I appreciate it. I know we've been running buddies for a long time, so.
That's right, Woody. We've been together here for a long time, and I've enjoyed so much being, at Marshall and all the players and people like you that I've met. It's just been great.
That's Woody Woodrum catching up with Jack Cook before the ceremony began, and.
He's excited.
Yeah, he should be.
For somebody that just turned 93, not bad. Not bad. He has waited a long, long time. He won't get to coach in it, but he's got a driveway or road named after him, and I hope opening day he's there when it's open. The number 17 kept coming up quite a bit the other day. That's how long it's going to be. 17 months. They're ready. It's going to be built.
Now, the ceremony itself took about 45, 50 minutes, and I'm not going to give you all of that, but I did want to hear from Coach Cook when they got him up on stage, because I thought his, would you agree, the most
Yes.
interesting of the speakers?
A lot of good speakers and stuff, but meant the most to him. I know he waited the longest, but you could just tell when he got a standing ovation, they helped him to the microphone. He spoke from the heart, and then he sat back down, and you could tell he was very grateful.
So here is Coach Cook on the podium after he was brought up during the ceremony.
Mike said at the dedication, we want you to say a few words. And if you've ever been 94, 93, and is asked to make an extemporaneous speech, it's not that easy. Now, like Mike said, I've been here since 1967. And Whitey Wilson, who's a really good friend of mine, told me if I would come to Marshall, he would get us a baseball field. And believe me, Whitey tried. He just didn't have the, what do you say, the, numerical problems that he wanted to do it, but he just didn't have the ability to do it at that time, and he just kept going from year to year. And finally, after 51 years, we got an athletic director here, Mike Hamrick, who said he was going to have it done, get it done. And he's doing just that. And he is one of the finest athletic directors I've ever been under. And I've been under quite a few of them. When you get 93, things don't come to your head like they used to. And I got some names written down here who... and certainly not. It doesn't include anyone. I'm not trying to admit anybody, but I have a few names here that I know are responsible for having this field come to fruition. Of course, Mike is the driving force behind all of it, and we certainly thank President Gilbert for all his support through all this, and it takes a president's support to get things done, and he has done just that. And of course, Steve Williams. Steve, I've known Steve a long time, and he is doing everything possible to try to get things going here, and we really appreciate that. Now, I'm sure someone who's going to really benefit from this is Jeff Wagner, the current baseball coach. Now, Coach is a good baseball coach, but, when you try to go to Charleston or Beckley to play a home game, that's a big disadvantage for you. I mean, you have none of the advantage of having a home field. But hopefully this is going to take care of that. We have some people here on stage, Jeff Montgomery and Rick Reed, and guys, Joe Goddard, I think, is probably in there someplace, who caught for the San Diego Padres. And they are certainly, and I really want to thank all the players who have played for me and gone through all these things and still have really shown a lot of desire to make this a really great baseball program. I just hope that this is probably one of the happiest days of my life, really. And like I say, I'm 93, and I've had a lot of days, but not too many have been like this. But I don't know any much else to say because, like I say, I don't remember a lot of things that used to happen way back there. And but I do appreciate everything. I appreciate all you people that's come out here today to dedicate this field. It's really going to be something that Coach Wyden can take and move forward on. And I know he's going to do that. Thank you.
Hey, that's Coach Cook. Get a chance to hear from him, and he's the one guy you want to get this place built for.
Really, and I like one of his best lines with Whitey Wilson, numerical problems, which means he's trying to find the revenue to do it, but it didn't. But finally, it's come to fruition.
Yeah, Marshall's got a lot of numerical problems over the years, but the things are looking up. They announced the Herd Rises, Marshall Rises campaign. We got a fireworks show on Saturday as well, as they announced the public portion of that already have raised $100 million, and they're trying to raise more to fund some projects at Marshall, including the business school, and of course the baseball park is in that as well.
Right.
We're going to
take all parts of the campus. They're not sitting still; they're moving forward.
We're going to take our final break. Come back. We'll wrap it up here from the Union Pub and Grill on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
Never miss a moment of The Drive with Paul Swann. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's a busy weekend.
Yeah.
We had everything going on. We had
a lot of
baseball, basketball, hockey, golf, Tiger Woods, Ty and Sam Snead. So you were there when Snead made the record, right?
Yeah, I was there. I was caddying. Yep. And one of the things, a little extra about football, a lot was made about how many people showed up Saturday. So I called up the conference standings and looked today. The 22,000 and change Marshall had was the number one draw over the weekend. There were 3 teams that played home games, didn't break 10. Middle Tennessee, which throttled FIU, 8,000 and change. So not what they want, most bigger numbers, but hey, you led the pack for this week anyway.
Well, you lead the pack, but the thing is you want to get more in the stands. And,
yes.
But at the same time, you got to make sure the team's winning. Well, guess what? The team's winning.
Yes.
The team's winning again.
They're winning.
And you have to admit that was an amazing football game. Yeah, I saw the grades. I saw some of the grades. And, yeah, there were some spots where you got to work on some things. But at the same time, that game goes down to the wire. You win homecoming.
Yeah.
Throw the grades out. It's a victory.
Minute and some 20, you're on your own 13. You're thinking probably maybe overtime. No thinking about that. A couple runs by Knox, a couple short passes. Mr. Green takes off, gets out of bounds. And Doc took a chance, rolled the dice with it, and he made it. And he said that in the postgame, I think he's a little worried because he's thinking back to Auburn, Alabama when that kick came up a little short and the guy took off. That crosses his mind a little bit, but hey, sink or swim with our kicker, and he made it.
Roy Rosser looked at him and said, I can hit it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can make it.
All right. Go get it.
Get it done.
Homecoming king.
Yes. And now, I'm sure they were very excited, but as soon as they got to the locker room and high-fived everything, guess what? Attention is turning to Rice. They're going there Saturday.
You know, we are going to talk basketball tomorrow because we've got exhibition basketball tomorrow. Are you excited, Dave? Exhibition basketball?
Exhibition, wait a little bit.
You sure?
But I remember last year they played, I think it was Glenville or somebody, that type thing. It was 100. It was an overtime. Both teams in the hundreds. And I tell you what, if you're just there to be entertained, it was, because it was down and up and down, 3 points. The only thing different about tomorrow, Dan Tony's going to look in the huddle, and there's going to be some different faces there, but he don't care.
It's Glenville State again, by the way.
It is.
So
and
Glenville State.
And Mr. Kinsey will be there to wow the fans with his dunking skills.
What? You're not a big Jansen Williams guy? You don't think Jansen's going to score high?
Yeah, I don't care where they put the three-point line. He's ready to go for it. They back it up to half court, and I think he'll make it. He'll launch it.
Tomorrow we got soccer also on the road still. The Thundering Herd dropped their last one. They're now 10-2-3. They're taking on the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. So the Herd's coming off just their second loss of the season, first in Conference USA. So they lose 1-0 in overtime at Florida Atlantic on Saturday. So, yeah, you hate to have it happen to you like that, but still 10-2-3.
Got Oakland, and then come Sunday, the big one. Kentucky comes to town, 3 o'clock.
Yeah, that should be a fun one. That'll be a senior day. Marshall's going to finish the regular season on the road at number 11 FIU on the 8th. And this will be the first time the Herd's been back home since October 5th.
He kind of front-ended things a little bit. Even though he got beaten overtime, he was a little disappointed, but hey, they're there. They're there.
All right, that's going to do it for this edition here at the Union Pub and Grill. Back tomorrow to do it all over again. For Gabriel Sillards back in the studio, I'm Paul Swann. Don't forget, you can always come down on Mondays to the Union Pub and Grill. Take advantage of the $1.50 bottles and $2 call shots. That's your Monday special. And, of course, you can also grab a bite here at the Union Pub and Grill. Get the cheesy fries, the famous cheese fries, or if you dare, get the cheese curds.
That's the thing that's got your fancy.
Hey, look, and I'm just waiting until I get my own meal named after me. I mean, look, you got the Bobby Pruitt pizza.
D'Antoni's got a burger, I think, or something.
We'll come up with something.
Well, you'll get one.
Yeah, maybe you'll get one too.
You'll get one before I do.
We'll see. For Dave Walsh and Paul Swann, this has been The Drive on ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.
WRBC Huntington, W227BS Huntington, your flagship home of the Marshall Thundering Herd and The Drive with Paul Swann, ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.